An intuitive, or you have been an intuitive, and there's no school for that. So I'm here to help you because I'm an intuitive and I'm an empath and a healer, and those are the people in my niche that I like to help. So today's topic is how to protect yourself. 5 ways to protect yourself if you are an empath. And what do I mean by empath? Well, as an empath, where I'm going to go through the 5 reasons why you should protect yourself, and it also explains what an empath is. As an empath, we are more prone to energy vampires. We are more prone to basically people who take advantage of our energy, because at the end of the day, as humans, we are destined to survive. So survival of the fittest, that's always ingrained in us. And when someone is of a lower vibration, what they do is cling to someone else who's of higher vibration. And people who are empathic or are empaths are actually vibrating at a higher level. And this is why it attracts all sorts of people. It attracts all sorts of people, animals, and other critters. We won't get into that today. But that makes us vulnerable to getting our energy stolen or getting our energy drained. So I have 5 ways you can protect yourself. So number 1, 5 reasons why you should protect yourself. Number 1, your energy is pure. So what do I mean by that? Socialization has changed a lot of us, and even as an empath, we have been changed as well. What's wrong with my hair today? Meaning you're spiritually connected. You are naturally spiritually connected, and it's a connection that you cannot explain. It's something that you were born with most often, or sometimes people are coming into it and are awakening, are having awakenings and are coming into it. But if you think back to your childhood, you were the person everybody kind of confided in, and you're like, why are you telling me this information? You were the person people felt close to. They wouldn't necessarily ask you about you, but they would always want to get your help, or get your free ears, as my dad calls it. My dad is so funny. When someone talks too much and is always bragging or whatever, he says, my ears are free, but doesn't mean that your words should be. It means keep your words back. Anyway, my dad has a silly sense of humor. Anyway, so yeah, your energy is pure, so that means there's more reason for you to protect it. Number 2, you know things and can tap into the universe in a very unique way. So what do I mean by that? Like, I'll tell you a story about myself. I was very ill 4 years ago, and that's what started my healing journey. And once I was healed, I went to Vipassana. It's a meditation up to 10 days. I did actually 10 days. They have 7, 10, 20, and even 40 days. And while I was doing those meditations, on the second night, I woke up in the middle of the night and my entire body was vibrating, like even my lips, like that was the sensation, and it was really scary. I was like, what do I do? And then I realized I was going through a Kundalini awakening. My friends had told me what it was like because they had experienced it. So I was going through that, and I decided, okay, what do? I couldn't stop. So I was like, this is actually good for me. I knew as a healer and as an empath, it was really good for me. So I allowed it. And I, thought, you know what? I just want to go back to sleep. And I slept through it. And then it happened again on the 2nd and the 3rd day, and then it stopped. So I had it 3 nights in a row, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Anywho, so I'll talk about that in another video about Kundalini awakenings. But the reason I'm sharing that with you is because after that, I was really connected. When I did Reiki or energy healing for friends, I would see their illness even before they knew. I would see what, just kind of, that's what I mean by having a unique sense. So you might be a spiritual who can see past lives, or who is able to explain the Akashic records for people. For me, it's specifically through illness, and specifically with healers. I can see if someone is a healer right away. When I meet them, it's instant. I know who is a healer, and we are always drawn together. And recently I've started to share. So when I notice those people, I share about myself. And recently I had such an amazing experience with this person at the mall. I shared this information. He worked in the massage. There's these massage places, and it's free. They sell the chair and the bed, but you can use it up to 30 minutes. You can lay down and there's no money involved, exchange, so it's free, and I love it. So we started talking, and he was crying by the end of our conversation. It was really, really such a sweet, vulnerable situation, and we were both able to share. But you as an empath can't do that with everybody. So I felt comfortable. I felt like that person was not an energy vampire, and I felt like I could share, and that's what I did. But if you are an empath, you need to keep that under wraps, and you can only reveal and share with others who are like you. Because especially if you are getting into the momentum of going through with becoming an empath and a healer as a career, there can be people who will talk you out of it. So I would not mention it to everybody. I would keep it to myself. And also, I would only share it with the people who are like-minded, just like you. So that's second reason why you should protect yourself, because I don't want you to be talked out of your destiny and your purpose. All right, number 3, you're always you. Okay, what do I mean by that? There's so many fake people out there. I live in Los Angeles, so 90%, I'm exaggerating, but a big portion of the people in Los Angeles came here to become movie stars or just be seen. So there's a lot of fake personalities and people who pretend to be what they're not. And that's the opposite of you. As an empath, you are you, and you can only be you. And that's authentic, that's vulnerable, that's beautiful. And again, people are drawn to that. And you want to protect yourself, and you want to have set boundaries. And this is what I do. I'm a coach, and I help empaths set boundaries for themselves in a kind way, so that you are not offensive to others. But at the same time, I don't want you to lose your beautiful energy and give it up to the people who are not worthy of your abundance, of what you have to give, what you have to share with the world. So number 1 is boundaries. Boundaries is so important, and learning. And one of the things I learned with my conversation with the person at the massage place, he said something that made me really sad. He said that he felt like he was being selfish if he were to ask for what he wanted. And I was like, wow. And that's where it started, the conversation. And I said, being selfish is actually being selfless. If being good to yourself and kind to yourself and meditate and go through self-healing, all of that, actually you contribute to humanity. It's actually selfless to be that selfish. Selfish is someone who, I would say, steals from someone else, takes credit for someone else's work. Those are the type of selfish that we don't want to be. But the type of selfish is asking for what we deserve, asking for what we need, that is rightfully ours, or taking what is rightfully ours. That's not being selfish. I had to explain that to him. He didn't understand the different types of selfish. And it's called selfish, but it's not. It's being self-loving. It's actually being self-loving when you take the time for yourself and nourish and nurture yourself for your own well-being. That's actually selfless. What that does is increases your vibration. And when you have high vibration, it feeds off to your friends, your family, and the people surrounding you. It actually goes off. If you're familiar with the Heart Math Institute, the heart vibrates millions of times way more than the brain. And once you are selfless, when you meditate, when you're in a meditative state and feel happy and joy, that's your right, first of all, to be joyous. That's why we were created. Once you feel that way, joy is actually very contagious. You And that's why we love watching comedy. Why do you like watching comedy? Because it makes you, you know, they're having fun making that film. We're having fun watching it and laughing. And that creates a higher vibration, and it regurgitates throughout the world. And why not? Why wouldn't you want that? That's what you want. So, Mr. and Mrs. Empath, please protect yourself. And if you don't know how, call me for a free consultation. I do a discovery call. The first one is free, and then we work out a plan as to how to go about to help heal and nurture your empathic self, and figure out your purpose so that you can help and heal the rest of the world. All right, that was number 3. You need to save, number 4, you need to save your energy for good. So what do I mean by that? If you are surrounding yourself with people who are constantly taking, your energy will be depleted. One of the things we need to realize as empaths is that as an empath, because we are connected to the spirit, we see the abundance and the beauty in spirit. So we don't, sometimes or often, we don't know how to make money or ask for money for our services. And it's because we see the abundance in the universe and the spiritual world. But what we need to remember is that we are now living in a physical world, which means in this physical world we have rent, car payments, gas. You can certainly reduce that. A lot of people have moved into smaller homes, or you know that trend that's going around, and a lot of people are Ubering or doing those little motor vehicles and not really driving. So they have reduced their spending habits. That's great for the environment as well. You can do things like that. But at the same time, you're still going to need money for food. You're still going to need money to travel, and you deserve to travel and enjoy life. And so don't give it away for free. Again, that's another thing that I help you with in my coaching sessions. So you have to realize that you have a purpose and that you are here to serve, and you have to work. I'm sorry, I keep saying have to. I get passionate in my videos and they say have. I just want to motivate you to be kind and loving to yourself. As an empath, I know how hard it is to wake up every day and look backwards and see how much we've been taken advantage of, and that feels like shit. Honestly, it feels shitty. It feels crappy to be taken advantage of over and over. And I'm sure you've experienced this, where you've experienced the same thing, same relationships over and over and over, and you have a hard time saying no. So I'm here to help you, and I hope you are called to action and seek help. If not from me, other coaches as well are on here who are very capable. All right, so number 5. You're constantly achieving something, and you're constantly trying to improve yourself. So that's an empath. An empath is looking in the mirror and only seeing their flaws. And that was me for a very long time. I work so hard. I went to school forever. I have a bachelor's degree in science and psychology. I have another bachelor's degree in learning psychology and fine arts. Then I went to law school and for just a short time, and then realized, my passion was writing. So I stopped and tried to get into writing, to film, writing. And I wanted to make film that were conscious and brought people together and, intuitive in nature. So I applied to Pepperdine. That took 2 years process for me to write, how to write scripts, so I can write an actual script to send in. That was the way to get in. Anywho, I have my master's in writing. So for a long time, I was just searching, and I've always been physically active. Even when my knee was hurting, I still went to yoga, meditated, and helped heal my knee. So I'm always moving. I always feel like I need to prove myself. And I feel like that's what we do as empaths, that we're never good enough. Maybe if I got this degree, maybe if I got that degree, maybe my mom will be happy. Maybe my dad will just stop giving me freaking advice as to what career path I should take. A lot of times as an empath, most empaths are very intelligent. And what happens is that people see your intelligence and they want to push you towards what they think, how you could make money. But again, that takes a lot of energy. You go and do that thing that was suggested and realize it's not you. And how many years have you lost doing that? How much time have you put into, time and energy you put into things that weren't for you, but you wanted to make someone else happy and you did it anyway? Yeah, I could go on forever, but my time is up, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you're interested in a discovery call, if you're interested in a discovery call, I will leave my email address in the comments below. Till then, namaste, love, peace. See you soon.